Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising placements for the month of March. And I'm just going to start right off with a Celtic Cross spread for you guys and see what's going on for you guys right now. Hope you guys are having a good month already. Ten of Swords right away popped out for Cancer. Okay, and now the challenge regarding this matter for Cancer placements. We got two cards. I only want one. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords. Ooh. Okay. So, what's going on in the subconscious for you guys and what maybe brought this to light regarding your own subconscious thoughts and feelings about the situation or underneath, hidden below the surface? We have the Hierophant. Okay. And what in the recent past brought this situation to light for you guys? We have the Ace of Cups reverse. Okay. And how are you portraying yourself to the outside world regarding this situation? Like, how is the world seeing you, or like your conscious, like, presenting to the world involving this? We have the Seven of Cups. Okay. And what is going to happen in the near future regarding this situation if nothing changes? Okay, we have Death. Okay, so I guess we're just going to talk about it. Alright, so I feel like right now for you guys, there's something in your life. You're either afraid of a very tragic ending, or a tragic ending has just happened, and I'm sorry if that is the case. We're going to get one card for why the Ten of Swords is here for Cancer placements right in the middle of their spread. And then we can talk more about what this ending may have involved or what it has to do with. Okay, 1 second. Gotta shuffle that again. Why is the Ten of Swords here for Cancer placements? Alright, we have the King of Cups. Why is the Seven of Swords here for Cancer placements? We have the World's reverse. Okay, so in regards to this situation, it could be involving a water sign. It could be involving yourself. You may be ending some thought patterns or a cycle, or wanting to end a cycle that keeps repeating in your life. I can see when it comes to this, you're either reevaluating your plans involving it, or there's somebody being kind of sneaky or messing with things behind the scenes that you may not be aware of, or you are aware of this, Cancer. Like, there's somebody in this situation that doesn't need to be there, who is maybe very nosy in regards to this, who keeps wanting to figure you out or figure out why this is happening to you. With the Hierophant at the bottom of the spread, though, I'm going to ask what that's about very quickly. We have the Ace of Pentacles reverse. It could have to do with a boss at your job that isn't doing their job correctly, or it could have to do with the way that you view commitment as well. We're going to talk about that in 1 second. We have the Ace of Wands reversed as well. So there's something, with all these Ace cards reversed, there's something in your life either that isn't going the way you wanted it to go, expected it to go, or is taking a long time to get off the ground. I feel like there may be more things ending for you right now than beginning. I want to see why the Ace of Cups reverse is in the past for you guys very quickly. We have the Five of Cups. Was there a past person or a current person for you, Cancer, that still affects your decision making today? I feel like a negative influence coming from someone from your past. It could be a Virgo. I just got the Hermit shuffling. It kind of disappeared again though. I'm not sure where it went. Oh, here it is. Okay. Jeez, the Hermit. I got the Hermit while shuffling for that as well. Maybe you're recently single, or you keep thinking about being single or something because the love connection you're in doesn't quite make you happy. But with this Seven of Swords, I'm really getting a strange feeling from that card, especially with the World reverse. I want to get one more clarifier for it. I'm sorry. I get all these clarifiers to make sure I'm touching on all the points that could apply to everyone watching this, so I'm not just really specific or vague on certain points and not touching on everything else. So why is the Seven of Swords here still for the Cancer placements. We have the Four of Pentacles as well. So it is something, I think, okay. So it's somebody that, or something that you can't, you know is bad for you, but you're holding on to it anyways. It seems like a repetitive cycle. And the way that people are seeing you, I think you're trying to learn this lesson with the Hierophant down here, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands in reverse. I feel like you know that it's not prosperous, it's not successful, at least in the way you're doing it right now, because maybe there's a lack of feelings involved, and all that matters, maybe randomly, specifically, all that matters to this situation or in this relationship is money and sex. I don't know, that doesn't have to apply to everybody as well, but, or all that this job is just, it's literally just a lot of work for little pay. That could also be it too. And with the Seven of Cups coming up for your guys is like how you're appearing to the rest of the world. I want one card for that and why that is here. Well, we got three actually. We have the Eight of Swords, the Moon reverse, the Ace of Swords. So the Eight and Ace of Swords. Okay, so at least on the forefront for you guys, I can see that I feel like you're coming to a really deep revelation about something, but at the same time, I feel like your decision making may be a little bit plagued, if that makes sense. There could be something from your past, again, that is making you a little bit afraid of your current outcome. I'm really curious about death. I'm sorry I'm just running through this spread really quickly, but I kind of want to talk about it once I have all the clarifiers on the board. It should make more sense. Death. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. Okay, Cancers. So, Ten of Swords. I feel like what you're afraid of right now may be expressing feelings, or you feel like the feelings that somebody has for you aren't genuine. With the World reverse, I can also see here being there's some type of like unresolved weird behavior in a relationship or this environment that you're in that really makes you feel like you're in it like to learn something, if that makes sense. But the lessons you're learning is that it's just not, it's not taken off for you in any way whatsoever, it seems like. I feel like there was a past heartbreak that brought this to light, that really made you either hide the feelings you have about a certain situation. This could be a Scorpio we're talking about too. Random insight on that one. But with death in the future, there also could be, with this as well, there could be somebody from your past that is a Scorpio that brings you a love offer or that makes you feel better about yourself in the midst of this being crazy, or brings you some type of insight. I want one more card for why death is here for the Cancers. We have Five of Pentacles reverse. So it could be somebody that like walked out of your life before that kind of walks right back in and is like, here, like I have some information for you, either about like this situation that you're trying to end or the situation that just ended or you feel like is very painful. And you may be taking, sorry now again, I'm all over the board, but you may be taking this out on other people as well, like unrationally, and you may like have a habit of doing this, Cancers, where you're taking out your feelings on other people. Does not have to be as well. But I also feel like you're realizing more about this situation as time goes on. If you don't, okay, if anything, if you don't have the emotional, like, start to it, if you don't have, like, the stability sense to it, and if you don't have the passion for it, you at least know what's going on. That's for damn sure. You may come across as a little bit, like, vague or a little bit spacey on the forefront. Maybe you are indulging in drugs or alcohol too much at this time, maybe to cope with these feelings. You don't have to be, but that's sometimes what the Seven of Cups represents to me. But if anything, you know exactly what's going on and it's making you feel worse about the situation you're in, I believe. I think your intuition has really started to tell you exactly like how the situation is going to transpire if it goes down this way. And we can read death one of two ways. Either somebody from your past that like was providing romantic like offers to you or whatever, that's just gonna stop happening and this person feels like you kind of betrayed them or abandoned them or something like that, or you will abandon something from your past involving like a water sign, Scorpio, someone from your past, whatever, which you have good memories with, but you may decide to leave them out in the cold. You may decide to let them back in, or a Scorpio, which is something I'm seeing very strongly for a lot of you. A Scorpio placement's going to come in from your past and offer you some type of love. Random. And it may not be like, hi, I love you. It could just be like, you want to go on a date, or you look really pretty, or like, I missed you, how have you been? Stuff like that. That's more what I'm seeing. Or like some type of condolence when it comes to this stressful point in your life you're going through right now. This could be the same person as well. Maybe this person you felt like abandoned you or left you may come back in the future, especially if they have heavy water placements. They may come back in the future and provide some type of love and like come out from being left out in the cold by you, or, you know, make you feel less left out in the cold. But yeah, so there was the random Celtic Cross that we had to talk about first at the beginning of this spread. I hope that resonated, or this video, not this spread, whatever. But the next spread we're going to do is a romance spread for you guys for the month of March. We're going to be talking about you and one other person. You get to pick which side is which person. We're going to pick one card for you, one card for them first. One person is the dog, which is be disciplined in your home and family life. Now, this can be you, this can be them. I don't make that choice. That is up to you. All right, and the next person in your guys' romance reading is the camel, which is be forbearing and patient. Okay. So now, we're going to get 3 cards for the dog, 3 cards for the camel on how their relationship is going in the present moment. Like their thoughts and feelings about it in the present moment, or how the situation currently is going. So for the dog, we got the Fool reverse right away. 2 more cards for the dog. We have the Three of Wands reverse. 4 of Wands reverse, okay? And now we're gonna get Now we're going to get how the dog is presenting this information or these feelings to the camel in the present moment. We have the Lovers. Okay. Now, how is the camel feeling and presenting themselves? Or how is the camel feeling about the relationship with the dog, or what is the state that it's in the camel's eyes? Spirit. We got the Page of Swords. Page of Wands. Ace of Cups. And how is the camel presenting this information to the dog? That was a lot. Was it a lot? Yeah, it was kind of a lot. I'll put those back. We don't need 3 cards for the action. Just 1 card, please, Spirit, for how the camel is presenting this energy to the dog. Okay, so we have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so on the dog side of things, we're going to touch on that first. So I feel like, okay, this is going to sound a little bit confusing because it is kind of confusing to me as well. The dog, deep down inside, I feel like there's something in their future that they're planning on. Okay, with these 2 cards reverse, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. Usually I would read the 3 of Wands reverse as not looking forward to a prosperous future, and the 4 of Wands reverse as, like, not having a good and stable home life, if that makes sense. But, like, with this spread, or this reading specifically, I can see the dog kind of, like, waiting on this type of future, or this type of connection, knowing that it's possible, probably wanting it from the camel, if that makes sense. Especially since they're distributing the Lover's energy to the camel, the dog is probably being very, like, romantic, being very, like, coupley. If you 2 aren't together, the dog might just be giving love offers a little bit more freely than, like, the camel's used to from them. But I feel like this stems from, like, okay, the Fool reverse being here, I feel like the dog is, like, they want this type of connection where things are great in the home. Things are stable. Things are fun. Things are like happy. A happy home and a happy future. The way to get there is by like actually starting the path somewhere, right? And I feel like the dog, the way they're deciding to start this path somewhere is by being very generous with love offers, or being a very lovers-esque character. The dog could also be a Gemini. We can get that right now with the lovers being there. But I feel like the dog wants a good and prosperous future with the camel. Maybe they aren't there right now in the present moment, and that's why these cards are reversed, and that's why the Fool is reversed, because maybe the dog has tried this before and it hasn't worked with the camel or something of that nature. But, okay, on the camel side of things, with the Page of Swords and the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands right next to each other, and the Ace of Cups, I feel like the camel is either reciprocating this love offer or love energy from the dog full-heartedly, and they're kind of like accepting it and falling in love with the dog because the dog is being so like gracious towards them. But with this Four of Pentacles energy, I feel like there could be a connection between the two of them that they won't let go of as well. This could be like a reoccurring thing, whether in this lifetime or another one. We're going to throw that in there too, because this could be something of that nature, which I don't always say. So keep that in mind. I feel like the camel is kind of like ready to express the way they feel about the dog, because the dog is kind of expressing the way they feel in a very positive light, I see. But for some of you as well, I also could see this not coming off on the forefront. Like, I feel like both of you have very deep feelings for each other. I feel like the fact that you guys are each other's like soulmate or whatever of that nature, I feel like that is very like present. But I feel like the camel might be a little bit more logical, or the camel has like other things when it comes to they may have other people they're talking to, if that resonates at all. It doesn't have to be as well, but with these two pages, it's like they have other messages coming in, or they have other people that they are messaging in that way. But I feel like when it comes to the relationship with the dog, like that's the person they have feelings for if they are talking to multiple people, and that's kind of why the Four of Pentacles energy is being presented, because I feel like they're holding on to the connection they have with the dog regardless of what else is going on in their life. But now we're going to get hidden thoughts, fears, situations in this relationship that may not be known by the other person. This is kind of like random hidden insight about the relationship, like right now and the future, all up to how it goes. For the dog, we have the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Presents in this deck. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. One more card for the dog, please. Okay, and we have the Nine of Cups. Sorry, had to count them quick. And now we're going to get 3 cards for the camel. Their hidden thoughts, fears, and subconscious motivators maybe in this relationship with the dog, or how they feel about it deep down secretly. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. We have the Star. We also have the Ace of Swords, or the Ace of Needles in this deck. Okay, so for the dog, I can see that the dog is a very, I feel like the dog's a slow-moving person, if that makes sense. I feel like that's why all these cards are in reverse. It's not really to look at it from a negative light. It's just the fact that they have this idea in their head. They just don't really rush into things, especially with the Queen of Wands in reverse right next to it. I think this person is very earthy in their energy, and they're not very passionate and not very bold, and that's nothing to be worried about, if that makes any sense. I feel like the dog, I do kind of want to get another card for why the Lovers is here being presented, but like I want the secret deep motivation like behind it from the dog side, because I feel like there's something specific about the Lovers that needs to be said, and I feel like I haven't touched on it yet. So Spirit, why is that there? If you will give it to me in one card, that would be fantastic. because it's the action being directly presented in a relationship where I'm not sure if there even is love being directly presented on the forefront. We have the Hangman. Okay, so that makes a little more sense. Because with the Nine of Cups here, I feel like the dog thinks, or the camel is the dog's wish fulfillment 100%. That's why the Lovers is here too. I feel like the dog may not be physically presenting this lover's energy, except their attitude, like, and their energy has changed towards the connection, if that makes more sense. I feel like they're waiting on something deep down. I feel like maybe they're waiting on reciprocated feelings from the camel that the camel may have not outwardly, like, told them about yet. And or maybe they're in a period of limbo in their life where they're like, they know that the camel is the person they're supposed to be with, or the camel is the person they're in love with and want to build a connection with, but they're waiting on, like, something else. It's not like another person, but it maybe is that burst of motivation, or they're waiting on, like, the perfect timing. I could also see divine timing being very important in this connection because of, like, the fact that there is all of this, I want this positive future with you, but there's no, like, I mean, there's action being taken. In a way, it might not even be that way for all Cancer placements, if that makes sense. Like, maybe you're not giving this directly, or the camel's not giving this directly, or or whatever, you know. But, and it may have to do with the lack of confidence too, or it may have to do with the fact that this person really just likes to take things slow, and this person really likes to look at everything from every possible angle, even though they're pretty sure, almost 100% positive that the camel's the person they want. I feel like they're still taking their time because, like, of other hidden insights I'm sure that they will be getting in the future, or maybe the camel just isn't being receptive. The camel also I can see being like a younger person with the Daughter of Swords and the Daughter of Wands. I feel like maybe it's a younger woman, if that makes sense, and the dog may be an older man, and not in all circumstances, but, like, maybe that's why the dog isn't rushing anything, because they know, or the camel just has some immature energy, not in a bad way, you know, just not fully developed in those things. So the dog is waiting for the camel to kind of figure stuff out in that department before they fully throw this, like, I love you at them, if that makes sense. But, okay, so for the camel, I see with the Three of Cups in reverse, either, for some reason, I can see this person maybe not fitting into the camel's, like, friend group, family group, house, like, stuff like that, or they may just not be having a lot of fun in general in their life with the Three of Cups in reverse too, and maybe that's why they're kind of not wanting to, like, get into a relationship or something, because they're not even happy with where they're at emotionally, if that makes sense. But I also, with the Star there and the Ace of Swords, I can see that they have, like, this clarity about the dog. I feel like either now, in the future, or deep down. I feel like that's why the Ace of Cups is here, is because the camel, again, knows. The camel knows that they have feelings for the dog, or the camel is very aware that the dog has feelings for them, but there's, like, one thing in their life. I'm gonna get why the Four of Pentacles is here, because I asked about the Lovers, so we're gonna ask why the Four of Pentacles is in the action, if there's some secret motivator behind that. This holding on energy, or this, like, stingy energy, I guess. We have the Ten of Swords reverse. Oh, okay. So maybe there's, like, fear of pain. I can see that. The camel may have a fear of pain or getting hurt or not being accepted by somebody or something. Fear of rejection. And it could be from their family or friends or something. If they were to get with this person, the camel would be like, or, like, it's somebody their friends and family don't like, and they've already had, like, talks about that, or somebody that doesn't fit in with their group at all, or something like that. Even though there's this really deep connection here, and that the camel's holding on to, I think they're afraid that something bad is going to happen, and that it will end painfully, maybe because of other parties in the relationship, or maybe they're, like, maybe they just got out of a tough situation as well on the side. Like, maybe the camel is really kind of, like, trying to build themselves from the ground up in a way, and the dog may not be aware of that, and that's why the camel is so, like, maybe the camel doesn't want to, like, go out on expensive dates or something like that, because the camel's trying to save money, and they feel bad because, like, they can't provide as much as the dog can, or something of that kind. But I feel like the camel is very, like, the camel is again, working towards this connection, but in a way of like, I don't see it being very on the forefront. I can see this like mutual love and energy. If you two are on in a relationship too, I feel like all of these realizations will be kind of more inside. And the fact that the dog is showing lots of love and the camel's kind of holding on to that is a good sign though for how things are going for you. And I don't see any really bad like secret motivators. All I see is you two have a lot of strong feelings for each other, and like I feel like you're probably scared of something bad happening, and I can see the dog being afraid that the feelings aren't reciprocated or that they may be going too slow in the connection, and that's why things aren't going the way they expected or something. But we're going to get 3 cards for the future for the dog, 3 for the camel, and what is going to happen in their relationship in the near future between the two of them. Okay, so for the dog, we have the 8 of Wands, 3 of Cups. Love to see it. Oops. And one more card for the dog. We have the King of Cups. Ooh. And I want 2 cards for the action that's being presented from the dog side. We have the Chariot. Okay, okay. We have the Page of Cups. Looking good. Okay, so now from the camel side, I want to see the energy the camel is going to have in the relationship with the dog in the future. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. We have the 7 of Swords. One more, we have the Empress. And 2 cards for the action they're going to be presenting to the dog in the future. Cards. Just 2, Spirit. Okay, we have the Hierophant. One more card. Ooh, and the 10 of Cups. Ooh, and I want to see the mutual energy you two share when it comes to the actions, so like the motivator behind the actions. Just one final card. That's mutual energy, though, between the both of you, because everybody has mutual energy, like no matter what. Okay. We have the 3 of Swords. So this is going to be very interesting, I can already tell, because, like, okay, let's just talk about it. From the dog side of things, I feel like the dog is finally going to do some emotional expression. I feel like there's going to be something at the end of this month, and it might be the weather change. I know it's like duh, but I feel like the energy the dog is going to be given is, like, gonna push them in a forward direction when it comes to this relationship where they are going to have to give a love offer. I see the 3 of Swords being here. One second. We're going to talk about the camel real quick. So with the Knight of Swords and the 7 of Swords next to each other, I see, like, wanting to get something done with the quickness for sure. But with the 7 of Swords being there, I can kind of see maybe cutting some corners to get there. The camel may have, like, a relationship they need to get out of, and this is why I'm kind of seeing the 3 of Swords for this reading. It's almost with this mutual energy and such good cards between the two of you. I feel like, okay, this reading is really screaming a certain thing to me. I feel like the camel might have to get out of a certain relationship in order to be with the dog, or vice versa. Or the dog had to, like, or somebody's heart had to be broken in order to get here. The 3 of Swords being here with the mutual energy between the two of you, there could have been something in the past that really, like, drove this forward movement between the two of you together. Maybe one of you two had to get your heart broken by someone else to realize how deep and true your feelings are for each other. With the Chariot meeting the Hierophant here for action, it's kind of like, will you do this with me? And the Hierophant is like, yes. Like, I will stay with you, and I'm, like, going to be your ride or die or whatever. The Empress is really giving off a lot of, like nurturing energy as well. Like, the camel may go into themselves and realize why they want this connection. With the Page of Cups being met by the Ten of Cups, though, it's kind of like that I love you that gets accepted. And it's either a few hearts have to be broken in order to get there, or you guys are really going through a process of healing old wounds, either between the two of you or in a relationship off to the side, because I really don't see this energy being presented anywhere. And which is why it's very interesting why that's the theme. There must be some type of old heartbreak or current heartbreak that one of you two is working through that the other really helps with. That's what I'm seeing. I don't see you two breaking each other's hearts, like, whatsoever. The Camel, though, with their Seven of Swords next to the Knight of Swords, I do have to point out that they could be saying things to the dog that aren't 100% honest. I'm just gonna say that. They either may be white lying a little bit, or there may be some other person that they don't bring up to the dog ever, and that's like another woman or something like that, and they just commit wholeheartedly to this relationship even though there's something else they're doing. That doesn't have to apply for everyone, but with this Daughter of Swords and Daughter of Wands up here, if this person is into women, they may have like plenty of women, and that's not going to stop them even though they really do like this person. They know they like this person, but they could have a couple other options that they're actually pursuing. So take that as it resonates. It doesn't have to resonate for everyone, but I do see the dog having a lot of deep feelings and wanting to have fun and like really progress this connection. That's all I really see from the dog. And I can have this, maybe something is taking too long to progress, and maybe that's why you guys decide to just rush into this at the end of the month, or decide to really put some effort into it, at least. And again, if this isn't shown, if this is all subconscious 3D stuff, the way that you're going to see this Page of Cups and the Chariot come from the dog is you're going to see a more youthful, flirty side from the dog if you're the Camel. And if you're the dog, you're going to see a more like somebody you'd want to commit with. Like you'd see like a long-term prospect of like happiness and like emotional like fulfillment from that person. You'll see like, you know, like a person you'd marry out of that person, if that makes sense. And if you're the Camel, you'll see a youthful, like friendly, flirty, like, but in a good way, somebody who makes you feel fun and has fun with you and knows exactly how they feel and like expresses that to you and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be too worried about this Three of Swords. I think you two are just helping each other get over some heartbreak, or some hearts will have to be broken in order to get here. But you know how that goes. All right, Cancer. Now we are going to get into your 9-card spread for the month of March, which I'm going to be doing with my Angel Oracle deck. It's a 9-card spread. We'll pull 3 cards for the top row, which will be at the beginning of March for you guys. We have the King of Swords. The middle row is the middle of March, and the last row is the end of March. Pretty self-explanatory. And all these cards connect somehow, or most of them do. That was a little too many. Just 2 more for the top row, Spirit. We have Page of Wands. For Cancer placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. 4 of Pentacles. Okay, and then for the middle of March, what's going to go on for Cancer placements? What should we talk about? So we have the Hermit reverse. The middle of your guys' spread is the Sun. And the Ace of Pentacles. That's the middle of the month. Okay. And then the end of the month, what can Cancer placements expect to see happening at the end of March 2021? Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. Move these up a little bit. Queen of Wands. And one more for Cancer placements for the end of March. Okay, Knight of Wands, or Swords, sorry. Got a lot of court cards as well. Okay, So, you guys, for the month of March, at the beginning of the month, I can see you guys kind of like learning how to express yourself the way that you know you need to. I can see information coming to you either regarding your business or like a financial matter or some type of savings. I feel like that something's going very well in that department. It could be something you did a while ago with the Page of Cups, or the Six of Cups, sorry. Or it could be somebody from your past that you really cared about or you're not letting go of with the Four of Pentacles, coming back and expressing something to you, and it's probably exciting news. Maybe they have a plan, or they have like, and with the Sun, like exciting news, happy news, something good is coming from this person. And it could be like a Gemini, it could be an Aquarius, or it could be a Libra, with it being the King of Swords there. And it's somebody from your past. It doesn't have to be, or it could be somebody from a past life if you believe in that stuff, or somebody that like kind of left your life and came back randomly. And they kind of came back with a quickness. I can see that. Maybe somebody who used to be manipulative in the past, or somebody who had secrets to keep from you, or something of that kind. All right. But I see them coming back at the beginning of the month of March with some very good news that will be very prosperous for you and their finances. I can see that. Or when it comes to like how safe you feel in your environment. That's the type of shit I'm getting. Sorry, didn't mean to swear just there. But okay. In the middle of the month though, with the Hermit being reversed, I want to see what that's about. We have the Queen of Cups for that. One more card for why the Hermit is reversed in the middle of the month for Cancer placements. Ace of Swords reversed. Okay, so it's kind of like you came to a moment of clarity with something you feel very strongly for. I have a feeling it could be this person, it could be this situation, or just a passion, or something you think about a lot. And I feel like you're deciding to express it more. And with the Sun in the middle of the spread, I feel like the main energy for your guys' month is very good. I feel like with the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords really both pointing towards the Sun in a way, I feel like you're deciding to express yourself like with happiness and positivity, and you're really starting to like share your feelings for sure. With the Knight of Swords or King of Swords and the Lovers coming out for why the Sun is here, maybe like it is like an old fling of yours from the past or something like that that really makes you happy and was like meant to come back around with this Wheel of Fortune that randomly shows up in the middle of the month. Maybe they were on like a self-explorative journey or something like that, or maybe they were on an actual journey and came back from a trip. That's another thing I'm seeing. But I feel like it's somebody you care a lot for that you maybe don't speak on or speak to much anymore, or like things always start off rocky with you guys, but in the middle of the month I really do see a lot of like happiness and prosperity when it comes to like a specific love connection. And I feel like it's going to take off from there. I do want to see why the Ace of Pentacles is here for you guys in the middle of the month. In regards to this, we have two cards, I guess. So we have the Emperor and the Ace of Cups reversed. So for that, I can kind of see like taking control of a love, okay, something that doesn't necessarily have to be super romantic, but it's very prosperous. More so in the way that things will come out of it if you don't decide to rush into it with feelings quite yet. I feel like you have to build a solid foundation first in order to get there. It could be with an Emperor-esque figure or somebody you could see being your husband or something of that kind. It could be an Aries or a very prominent man in your life. And I feel like you're building up a stronger connection with them by like being sturdy, solid, and stable versus like being lovey-dovey, gooey, and all that stuff. Because maybe that didn't work before in your connection, or maybe you're not comfortable sharing that side of yourself with them, even though you know you have feelings for them, or you feel very deeply for them. They make you very happy. I feel like what you're trying to work on with this person is proving that you're solid. Or this situation, which could be a job as well. Like you could be showing your boss like, hey, I'm here to like profit the company. I'm not here to like get into my feelings about stuff, or I'm not really here to like try and cause harm or start a problem, if that makes any sense. I'm just here to like be as professional as I possibly can in regards to this matter. But at the end of the month, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse next to the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Air, so let's just take it this way. This could be a person who has fire placements, earth placements, and air placements. Like, their sun is an earth sign, their moon is a fire sign, their rising is an air sign. Doesn't have to be that way, but that's also something I'm seeing. Somebody who's kind of hasty, for sure. Somebody who is very good looking and very proud of themselves. This could be you too as well, Cancer. You could also just be getting out of the funk of things being slow. I can see this month kind of moving fast for you, and this whole like middle of the month predicament probably made you guys very confident in who you are as people, and is probably speeding up the process of your self-growth very quickly, if that makes any sense. With the Knight of Cups as well, like, what is with all of the court cards? Like, we literally have one of each element. So maybe you're just balancing yourself out like in full when it comes to this time in your life. I can see you really just knowing exactly what's best for you and being very smart when it comes to it too. You're dedicating yourself to a certain purpose with the Two of Wands, and you're not really, I think you know exactly what path you're going to go on in regards to it, but the Devil popping out at the end of the month, I feel like it's going to enlighten you on certain patterns or things that you need to like work out of your life in order to achieve this happiness in the middle here, because you know what that's like, that happiness, because you will get a taste of it in the middle of the month, but at the end of the month, maybe like your desire to keep that in your life is pointing you in a direction of something you have to work on before you can really keep that there permanently, if that makes any sense for you guys. And yeah, that's gonna be that spread. I hope that resonated in some way. And now we're gonna do a closing message from Spirit and some advice that needs to be given to you from the same deck we just used, this Angel Oracle. Now, what advice does Spirit have, or closing message for Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus people? Got the Tower card, life experience. Got the Seven of Pentacles. And one more card, please, Spirit, on something that Cancer placements need to know. We got two, so we're going to pull two. We have Strength and the Moon. And now while I'm pulling from the Moonology deck for your advice, I am going to explain the closing message the best I can. So, when it comes to crazy life changes for you guys, or things just kind of out of the blue, changing out of nowhere, I feel like this is Spirit's message to you, saying this is to prove that you care about something, that you know what something really is there for you for. The energy is gaining momentum. We got to that. Underneath the Tower card, that makes a lot of sense. So it's kind of like your life is picking up speed. Some chapters are going to have to end pretty soon for you, or you're going to have to reevaluate a certain part in your life. But really, ultimately, it's just going to bring you to like a period of like waiting, if that makes sense. Adjustments are required with the Seven of Pentacles. So while you're in this period of standstill, or things not going like extremely great, if they're not going great, maybe this is the time to like change certain things about your life in order to make the progress happen for yourself. But with Strength also, Spirit is really trying to tell you to use your intuition and believe in the power of yourself and your own like feelings and thoughts. And with the Moon, I know the Moon is Pisces card, but I always think about Cancer people when I get the Moon, because like you guys are like Moon children. Like, you use the power of the Moon for sure. See, yeah. Believe in the impossible for this one, I feel like. And be bold and make the first move for Strength. I feel like for you guys, right now, while you're in this period of things changing and going crazy and you're kind of waiting for a different outcome, definitely change the way you want your life to look in order for it to go the way you need it to go. Be bold and make the first move, and be strong and bold and confident when it comes to certain things. And when it comes to important insight on things you maybe don't even think that could be true, you don't think are possible, or you don't believe could ever happen for you. You have to believe in the possibility that anything is possible, because with that Blue Moon card right underneath the Moon, it's kind of saying like all those crazy like insights that you've been having, or the things you can the things you believe are going to happen will happen for you, Cancer. I just know it because you know it, if that makes sense. Don't be too discouraged because things aren't going well for you. Things are like just kind of picking up in your life in order to change and like unfold into a new chapter. So I wouldn't be too concerned. I think you guys are doing great. And yeah, this is going to be the end of the reading though. I hope you guys watched till the end. If you didn't, that's okay. And if you did, thank you very much. I love people like you. If this resonated at all with you, please leave a like or comment, and it just helps me know if any of these are helping anybody. And if you don't do that too, that is definitely fine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll be back with more videos throughout March, but I just wanted to get these ones out at the beginning so they maybe could reach somebody at a good time. And yeah, I hope the rest of your month, week, day goes well, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!